this second.
Where they go around this thing?
Yeah. You know, that's one thing, I mean, they delivery. That's at night. To make matters worse, they're, substitute.
Have all the commissioners had an opportunity to look at the minutes?
Yes.
Any
All right, your meeting started.
I'm sorry, I can't talk really.
I need a gavel.
Are there any changes or additions need to be made? Okay, then I make a motion to accept the meetings as they're written.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 3 of us here. The song is out tonight, and I probably should be out tonight, but we wouldn't have a meeting, so. Okay, we've got commission reports. Remington, you want to give your report?
I don't have a report, but I do have a question. Before Roger left, there was a discussion about getting rid of that grill at Truex Park. Do you guys recall that discussion?
Yeah.
Was replacing the grill also part of that discussion, or am I misremembering? No.
I don't think we discussed replacing it.
Okay, I will table it for now. I just couldn't remember if we had
Yeah.
plans to replace it or not.
Yeah, I don't think we discussed it, so I don't know if we planned to or not, so.
Before I started looking around, I wanted to make sure there wasn't already a plan in place.
Yeah, I may want to check with Sonia on that. Nani?
Yeah. October 25th was our fall festival. I think it was a success. Thanks to all who helped. It was a group team effort, and I think everybody had a good time, good food, and a good DJ. And, so thank you all for that. That was good. Our next event is December 14th. It's on a Sunday. It's Mr. and Mrs. Santa are going to be here. And so we have, Santa gives out a little treat, and the kids make ornaments and have cookies and things like that. So that is December 14th from 2 to 4. And that's all I have.
I know, never run out of chairs before, maybe it's past the one chairs. Okay, Joe's not here tonight, so I'll give the report from him, but I have. The 7th Division, there were 5 calls for service. Date range between 10/26 and 11/8. Streets involved were Deep Hollow, Cross Creek, Rolling Creek, and Hollow Tree. He's been to the 7th Division multiple times, trying to reach our resource officer about a solar speed limit / radar device. He's been unsuccessful, but he will keep trying. Sheepdog Securities, we've changed our police protection to a new company, and it's called Sheepdog Securities. Do you know how to pronounce his name? Sergeant Turnholm? I don't know how to say it. Whatever his name is, has cited multiple vehicles for infractions in the city. He and his team are staying vigilant on the parking issue from Lower Elementary pickup. Residents of Hollow Creek are not granted special parking permissions for school pickup. Between October 28th and November 15th, 12 citations have been issued and 3 parking tickets. Moving forward with speed humps, my vote is for Southern Contracting. And we talked about that last month. Okay, bank balances. In our checking account, we have $13,445. The general savings, $185,644. Road fund, $65,543. Park money market, $176,647. We need to transfer $25,000 from the general savings to the checking to cover the upcoming month's expenses. We received approximately $22,900 in municipal insurance premium tax payments for the quarter ending September 2025. We have 6 homeowners with delinquent 2025 taxes totaling $3,583, and 1 homeowner owing 2024 and 2025 taxes totaling $2,317. Again, our checking account balance is $13,445. Our anticipated need for the upcoming bills is $25,000 with a reserve amount of $5,000. So we need to transfer $25,000. I make a motion to transfer $25,000 from the money market savings to the checking account.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, and I don't have any old business, I don't know, it was just the last minute, we found out that Sonia wasn't gonna be here, so I don't have any notes of any type or anything, so, is there any old business anybody wants to discuss, or any new business? Does anybody here have anything they? Yes.
My name is Danny Downs. I grew up here in the neighborhood. I had talked to Sonia, mentioned to her about having, opening up some of the yard here as garden space, for the neighbors. And, Beam, yes, Beam is a lady that I met in the neighborhood that would like to have garden space here. I would, I've got tractor, plow, I can work up ground and get everything ready. The individuals who would be doing the gardening would, it's up to them. I guess one thing would be water.
Yeah, water is the problem, is how to keep it watered.
Sonia was saying, right now it's just minimum usage here, I think.
I don't think so.
We could put a water meter on the garden hose and just have whoever's gardening reimburse for what they use.
I don't know, maybe we can look into and talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess the other thing would be, we would choose a plot, certain size, and, maybe put stakes in the ground where you all could see. My uncle had a garden back there forever, my granddad did. So there is a decent spot for a garden there.
Yeah, there's a lot of room back there, a lot of land. So.
But I don't know if there could be other neighbors that might like to.
Yeah, we have discussed it before, and again, the watering was the big issue, so, if we can.
As far as taking care of it, I can do that, getting the ground ready and everything.
One thing that does concern me is we have had a rat infestation problem, so I don't know if that would encourage rats to hang around.
I mean, maybe if you had a bunch of corn that was just laying on the ground. Otherwise, I really don't know if rats are attracted to garden. I mean, it's gonna be greens and peppers and tomatoes and.
They don't like healthy food.
Oh, like my husband.
Rats are everywhere and gardens are everywhere too, so I don't know.
I just brought it up, because I know we did talk about this before we realized we had a rat problem, so I didn't know, I just thought I'd bring it up to see if that is an issue or not.
I'd like to stake out a place out there and then, maybe next meeting or something, figure out if this is something we really want to do. And if it is, I'll bring the tractor up and get, plow get it ready for spring then,
Okay.
so. Well,
Got it,
So
that's for sun.
whoever wanted to like contribute and stuff would just, I guess, bring their own like seeds or starters or whatever and plant.
yeah, I mean, it'd be up to individuals what they wanted to plant.
If you needed somebody to keep track of who has what plots or whatever, I'm happy to volunteer my time to do so. I don't need the space, but I'd love to facilitate those who would need it using it.
Okay, thank you. You know her name. What is your name?
Erica?
Erica.
Erica Kingsbury. I live on Dallas.
When you said Erica, I know who you are.
Okay.
Well, thanks for offering to do that. Sounds like a good idea, and it certainly does deserve some discussion about it.
Yeah, I have some families that garden at my place, and it's just been wonderful. I mean,
Yeah, with the price of groceries, the prices of everything right now.
Yeah, but the Nepalese folks are really skilled at gardening. I mean, they really do a good job. Lots of flowers, make it nice, everything nice, so.
I personally don't know how to grow anything, but
I don't know.
I've never grown a tomato.
Size plot would it be right
I was just gonna ask, what size?
We'd have to, yeah,
What's your uncle have? I mean, how big is that?
you can kind of see where it was, right down, there's kind of a ridge that goes across the back, and the reason why that ridge is all the way across there is that's where the field ended, that's where, it plowed up to that point. That's what that is.
I see a lot of them with raised beds, a lot of community gardens, that ton of work,
Yeah, this would all be in the ground, I mean,
just straight in there.
yeah.
They do that, to keep the rabbits and stuff out.
Sounds like something you should do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, just because it kind of contains it, yeah.
You should see all the peppers still on the back of it. Yes. I've started seeing
I have a backyard that's got a lot of trees and I don't get to garden, I would love to do that. But I would be happy to help by looking up at, like, there are a lot of other community gardens in the city, so I can kind of talk to some of my friends and do some research and see what they do and then get back to you all, if that works.
Yeah, we just kind of have to see how much interest there is, if people are interested in doing it, how many people are interested in having it.
I'd be, ma'am, what was your name?
Kristen,
Kristen?
Yeah.
I'd be interested if do end up researching how other communities do it, how do they overcome the water issue?
okay, sure.
Maybe a post can be made on the city's Facebook page to see who all would be interested in.
Yeah, we did that actually,
Yeah, they did.
some months ago, and there was a little bit
I
of interest.
remember, yeah.
Yeah,
It was
there
a while back,
was.
yeah.
I think it would be a good thing. I think there would be enough to warrant having one, so if we could work out the particulars.
I mean, we could work out here, plow up out here too.
You have a big one.
It'd be less grass cutting, maybe, I don't know.
Is there much to do before the spring? I mean, you just dig up the ground?
Yeah, just work ground up and then probably early April, you would start plant greens and beans, potatoes, corn here maybe? Corn? I mean, you can, but
If rats like corn, they don't want
put
corn.
electric fence, that put up electric fence, keep the bear and the
Yeah,
critters
that was
out.
gonna be another question,
That's
yeah.
what,
The deer will eat sweet corn, they won't eat the Nepalese corn, because it's not a sweet corn, like we're used to. Deer will eat beans, tomatoes sometimes.
chili,
Will they eat the peppers?
yeah.
I didn't think they would.
Worms get them more.
What's that?
Worms get them more.
The worms get them all.
The-
Yeah,
Yeah, the larvae, they get peppers more, because I grow a lot of hot peppers.
yeah. We haven't had that problem with worms and hot peppers.
Well, I mean, the larvae.
Yeah,
from-
Destroy the roots.
Well, those are wireworms. It's been years since I've had that. Now, do you clean up at the end of the season, grind all this stuff up?
Yes, everything, like right now, there would be greens planted, and the greens would probably be good through December.
Do you plant a cover crop for the winter? Do you ever recommend that?
Plant winter wheat, and then work that into the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's lots of things, you know, to do to build the soil.
If you want to grow something in the front, I think an herb garden would really be good.
Yeah, I mean, somebody.
And they can be very attractive too.
And, oh yeah, I mean, my grandma, my aunt had all kinds of stuff planted out here, flower beds and roses, and I think there's still a couple rose bushes out back there. Oh yeah, there's a lot of room to do stuff. Used to have an orchard, apple trees and cherry trees and.
I gave up on that.
Yeah.
Great.
So I guess we can get together and talk, and you know, whoever's interested will talk here after the meeting, I guess. All right, is that good?
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Danny. Does anybody else have anything we wanted to discuss, or? Yes, ma'am.
I'm Beth Whitney, I live on Ridge Cliff, and I have a safety concern that probably won't affect a whole lot of town. It's basically for residents of Ridge Cliff. When you come in by the farmhouse, entrance 1, onto the boulevard, and you stop to take the left onto Ridge Cliff,
You gotta watch.
the bushes,
You really gotta watch.
the bushes really affect your ability to see oncoming traffic. At night, it's not a problem, you can see the headlights.
Yeah.
But during the day, if
So
you're
you're saying coming in here and
coming
turning,
in entrance 1,
and turning left onto Ridge Cliff?
Right.
take that
The
left onto
bushes
Ridge
in the
Cliff.
median?
Yes,
The burning
to
bushes.
see coming up the hill, as you turn left, you cannot see any of the road past probably the edge of Mr. Blunk's house,
Okay.
which is this one right behind.
Just come in and turn left sometime there.
Yeah, I don't ever come
During the
that
day.
way, so.
And if there's an oncoming car, and we've talked about speeding on the boulevard, if there's an oncoming car, you're at a dead stop, you don't see anything coming, so you make your turn, who knows what could be coming past those bushes. I mean, if they were trimmed up instead of out, that would solve a lot of the problem.
Okay. I'll have to talk to Brad about that.
Yeah.
See about getting,
I mean,
that would
it's
be,
been scary for the past few years.
Oh, there are bushes, cities?
there are
Yeah,
bushes.
They're in the
yes,
median.
they're in the median,
Yeah, they're right out
the
here.
bushes in the median,
Well, they kind of,
Yeah.
so
Just turn them up.
if you trimmed them
Sideways.
instead of out, if they weren't circular,
Yeah,
if they were vertical,
yeah,
it would help to be able to see.
okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Didn't mean to take them.
Anybody else have anything?
I think a lot of us are here regarding the student pickup for Lure. Because the cops started writing, tickets and telling us that we can't pick up our kids over there, we can't park over there.
Right.
And I was just really curious about what the issue is. I don't see anybody parking in the grass, nobody's parking, everybody's parked close to the median. It leaves enough room for buses to get by. So I was just really curious as to why we can't park there for 10 minutes out of the day to get our kids.
Well, there's signs up saying no parking at the time, and then we've done that because there's been a lot of residents that live there that have to deal with that. They have trouble getting in and out of their driveways. They have trouble seeing, y'all are blocking up, they're blocking up, it's a median, it's only a 1 lane. I don't know where you park. I haven't seen anybody parking there, so I'm not really sure how much room there is for a car.
There's enough room for buses.
Yeah,
To get us.
I personally have videos showing where we park, how our tires are not on the grass, and I have video of vehicles coming through and a photo of a bus coming through. We're not blocking any traffic.
No
Well,
driveways are
Yes,
blocked.
no driveways are blocked. I've never seen anyone leaving.
All I
and
can say is there's signs up saying it's not allowed.
Those were
You
put
can
there
be
after.
ticketed for it.
Those were put there after the fact. I know that for like 30 years, people have parked there.
It's been, and I don't know how many years, because time goes so fast, probably been 3 or 4 years ago at least, when those signs were put up. I mean,
longer.
Do we get a-
No,
it's been 10 years.
Safety
Yeah.
is one of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's because we got we got complaints from residents that live there. And, you know, Lure has a pickup point. You can go over to Lure and pick up your kids. I
Yeah,
mean, that's what
everyone's
that,
circumstances are different though.
that's what the pickup line is for. And I know it's not fun to sit in the pickup lane because I do it for my grandkids and it's not fun. I don't like sitting there for an hour either, but, you know, that's what I have to do. So, but that's it. I mean, you can get ticketed for it. It is against, you know, there was a signs up and posted that was due to complaints that we received.
I'm curious to know how many complaints because
That I don't know.
I've talked about it to others around and no one, not a single person has had a problem.
This was 10 years
If
ago.
we hadn't gotten
We
complaints
have gotten complaints this year.
yeah, if we hadn't gotten complaints, we never would have done it. I mean, we didn't just go around and say, oh, I don't want this person to park here and pick up their kids.
Is there
It
any way
wasn't
that
done.
it could be, anything could be reconsidered?
We're still getting complaints, so
From who?
residents, I wouldn't give a name out if I knew
Well,
it.
yes, I'm
Same
not
people that are
asking for
complaining about
specifics.
speeding and other traffic offenses in the city complain about cars parking there, having to bring kids across the street when they could be picked up where they're supposed to be over at the school. That's
So
simple.
how do you decide, whether or not to not allow people to park there? Do you just go by the word of those people and those few
Well,
complaints?
back
or do
then,
you
we
go
only had
by-
like 2 people at the meeting, but as I recall, there were a ton of complaints, and by the person that was the police or whoever it was that crossed kids at that school, said they were almost getting hit, and that there was absolutely no reason that more kids should come across that street than needed to.
Well, you could probably talk to the lady that's up there now and could disagree with you, but that's fine.
I
If
mean,
we
you-
were to speak with the people that live there now and they didn't have an issue with it, is that something that could be changed?
It just seems
Technically,
weird that
yes.
one person can make a complaint.
No,
It wasn't one
one
person.
person.
We don't
It was
do
a
that
big
for one
issue,
person.
it was a safety
I mean,
issue,
it's like
people
4
were almost
houses.
getting hit by cars.
I never
People
even
are
seen
almost getting
It's
hit
people,
by
it's not just people that live there,
No.
it's people that were traveling the roads too.
And
You know,
the
and-
10 minutes that we wait there, there's like no one that comes.
Why don't
through.
you go to the line and pick
Ten
them
minutes or less.
up? Like,
Everyone's
Everybody else does.
circumstances are different.
why? I mean, because you
Why
don't
are your
want,
circumstances
the
different?
reason I wouldn't go to that line is because I wouldn't want to wait in that line to pick up my kid, but that's not a legitimate reason to throw this law in.
Right, that has.
See, yes, it is a legitimate reason because if you have to pick up your kid at 4:20 and you work at 4:45,
So,
you have to be able to cross the road. There's the traffic lady there.
everybody's
And
got a reason,
that is a legitimate reason for whoever needs to pick up their kid to
but
walk.
that doesn't matter for the kids that are in danger, the cars that are in
There's
danger.
those
traffic.
There's a crossing guard.
I don't know where you all live, and maybe you could walk instead of driving.
They actually do live
We
right
do
there.
walk.
We walk.
Exactly.
We have no need of parking there, but we see that.
But what I'm saying is that would solve the whole problem if you
I
just
mean, we had a
walk.
kid hit and
A kid was hit by a car.
That had nothing to do with people parking there.
no, it had crossing the street though. That's where the danger is.
We pick up, like I pick up my kids walking,
Us
so you
walking
have
there
to
would
cross
make a
the
difference.
lane.
If a kid gets killed coming across that street, who do you think they're gonna sue?
But
After we had a law that said, don't do it.
us walking there wouldn't make children having to cross the street. That wouldn't make a difference. The children would still have to cross the street.
If
The
you're
child
walking there,
that
why do you need a
was hit,
sign, the parking
the child
sign?
that was hit, last year or the year before, that was due to a crossing guard not even being there at the moment.
We can't hit them with a parked car.
I mean, it was a chaotic situation. I wrote the law.
When this happened, when it very first happened, like I said, I don't know how many years ago. I mean, I would know I was on the board, but I can't remember how many years ago it was. But we had a lot of complaints. And now maybe people were parking different, I don't know the situation, but we had a lot of complaints. Because we don't just go out and make an ordinance or pay to put up signs, pay to have police watch it because, because we're bored or something.
But stopping people
It's
from parking there
complaints.
doesn't stop people from crossing the street, so this is very contradictory.
Well, there's
That's not
walkers.
the only reason I'm
I
talking
don't have
about.
a dog in the fight, I'm just saying, this is crazy.
Well, there's walkers that use the crosswalk, kids that live in Hollow Creek. I mean, my kids went to Lure 100 years ago, and they were walkers. They walked across the street, and they walked home. I mean, I didn't go park my car up there and bring them home.
It's dangerous for the walk.
Are there meeting minutes
Gonna
from
get what going
the
on?
older meetings?
Forward there.
Like, are there meeting minutes from those older meetings
Yeah.
when this became an issue that?
Sure there are.
Sure there are, yes.
I don't remember what year it was, but I bet it was 10 years. And that, so to answer your question, technically, yes, they could change that. They could change it. Because that was our law, not, I don't know if that's a violation also of Jefferson County state law. I don't know.
I just think you got a group full of people who'd like for it to be reversed.
Yeah,
Or at least, see if that's possible.
take another look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we can look at it again, but from my understanding, we're still getting people that are calling and complaining.
We are.
We are, so,
And they're not gonna tell you if you go ask them.
yeah.
Parents go ask them, they won't.
Yeah, they're not gonna admit to, probably not, they don't wanna get in
But the police
confrontations.
is unnecessary rude. The police is unnecessary rude because only
Yes.
it's rude. The first time coming is yelling with me and only coming for my baby. Is unnecessary rude.
Are you saying rude?
Yeah,
Yeah,
rude.
unnecessary.
Unnecessary rude.
Yeah.
It's fine talk, but why is
Well,
yelling
first,
and-
everybody came and complained that there's no police protection for traffic in the city. So now we've hired a place that's not messing around. So you can't have it both ways.
No, you can have it both ways. You can definitely have police in a respectful and decent way.
Oh, no doubt.
Are
Yeah.
the police only here at 4 o'clock? Because I feel like the majority of the issues are at
It's
night when the
right.
sun's down.
Yeah.
We don't tell them when they can be here because they don't
That's
want
when
everybody
we
to know
did
their
it.
schedule. I agree with it.
That's when the people
I'm-
are flying through stop signs at 50 miles an hour.
Well, you
That's
can look
when
at this
the car-
report
That's
if
when
you want
people's
to.
cars are getting stolen.
You can look at
and
this.
tools are getting stolen out of people's cars.
You
Not
can
before
see
we're
what
talking,
they
we're
do.
trying to pick up our kids. Like,
You want to see what they do, you can look at the report
Yeah,
that's attached.
at Tops, we're at that park there
Making
for
that stuff.
10 minutes, maybe, the entire day.
What's that?
It's parked there at that median, we're parked maybe 10 minutes.
I'm
out of
sure
the
they
entire
were
day.
told to watch it there.
How many cars do you see parking up there?
Maybe 5.
That's a short,
In and
that's a
out.
small
In and out.
area to have 5 cars parked.
But I have
But
proof
it's not
that
the same
vehicles can
area.
pass, and no one's obstructing anyone's driveways or anything. So I'm
Well,
not sure what the.
I can just tell you, I represent a number of cities, and every city that has a school has the same issue. And it's always people who don't want to go in the line to pick their kids up, as has all, for good reasons and for safety reasons, has already been decided by Jefferson County Public Schools. Now, you all can make all arguments you want,
I would
I'm telling
understand
you.
if like other people that don't even live in our neighborhood want to drive over here and park in our neighborhood so they can be considered walkers. That
Yeah, that's a
okay,
rip-off
I
too.
don't get, I would agree with you on that. We live here.
We still want to be safe,
You
right?
still have to follow the rules whether you live here or not. And the point is, right now.
No, you don't make the rules.
No, you guys do.
No,
You
no,
know,
yeah, we
guys-
did in
You guys
that-
instituted.
Yeah, we did in that
stuff, right? I
You're
mean,
right.
Well, if
and
you
what
were.
we're- And what we're asking you to do is.
I hear you, believe me, I don't have to hear you again, I hear what you're saying. And I'm glad to look at it, but these folks are the lawmakers.
Over time, only see the police I don't see the police all the time. In my street, I don't see never never see the.
You start looking, you're gonna see.
Well, if you heard the report,
Well, I think there's
Look at
there's
how
two
many times
things.
they've
if you
been-
listen
There's
to the
two-
report of the.
Here's the problem we've had in my whole career, is that police are off duty, most of them. And they're not gonna write tickets, because if they do, they gotta go to court, and they gotta take the time it takes to write the tickets. So what we tried to do was remedy that by hiring these people who are more aggressive about it. I agree, that they shouldn't be
So
disrespectful
why
to
do I
them.
have a court date for my ticket then?
Well, I think we're seeing two issues flaring up here. The first was there were, I don't remember how many meetings ago it was, but there was, over the course of a few meetings, there was some complaints that the police weren't doing it. The security off-duty officers who we had hired weren't doing it. They weren't issuing tickets, speed limit signs, and one of the things that was consistently brought up is they're not doing anything about the cars that are parked in the no parking area. So after quite a while of discussing, eventually we switched to the sheepdog security. And the sheepdog security said, we take it seriously, whatever your laws are, those are laws we're going to enforce. Now granted, that doesn't give them the right to be aggressive in enforcing the laws. So I think that's why you're suddenly seeing, you have a court date, like you mentioned, suddenly now you have tickets, because that's what the security company said. So, but to your point of, is it still a problem? It was a problem 10 years ago. So we put these laws in the books. Is it still a problem now? I don't think it's unreasonable for anyone to request, can we revisit this and talk about it another time, which I think is what's being asked here is, can you look at it and decide if it's still something that should be on the books still,
Absolutely.
right?
And I think part of the frustration is you got, someone over here that's got a ticket for,
Disregarding a stop sign,
Right.
I would love to
And-
see who actually fully comes to a stop at any of these stop signs. in the
And
neighborhood.
then, a couple of days later, the guy who does all the landscaping for the city gets their tools to own a car, right?
Yeah,
It feels
that's-
like
that's more concerning.
the focal point of the security is not efficient.
Well, if you look at the city of Louisville, not just City of Holland Creek, but all the cities and all the small cities in the city, the theft and the crime rate is up. Every cars are getting broken into everywhere, not just Holland Creek. They have a police department, but police can't be everywhere, on every street at every given hour. Nor can we afford to have 24/7 police protection. And we have police protection on the amount of hours that we can afford them. We try to get them at night a lot, but we have to kind of go with their schedules too, because they're off-duty policemen. And because we know more stuff goes on at night. But we were getting complaints about the cars parking up at Lure, and that's why we had police. We were picking that time to have the police be there. Obviously, they gave some tickets. And whether that can be changed or not, I don't know. But at the present time, it is a law. And if you want to break the law, you get a ticket. I mean, you want police protection, but only what you want. You don't want, because you don't want it to affect you. But, you want them to be there when your truck gets broken into. And I wish they could be, and I'm not saying you, I'm just saying everyone, we all wish they were there, but they can't be everywhere, and they're just upholding the law. They're upholding what we ask them to do, what we're paying them to do.
It just sucks to hear your neighbors getting harassed in
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
Right.
We're paying the taxes to get a ticket written to us when it should be people flying through here, cutting through this neighborhood.
Yep, it's the.
Well, so they don't know who's who. We don't have
Well, he
residents.
checked my driver's license.
Yeah, well, they're not gonna let you off because you.
Do
live in neighborhood.
if a resident is going down your street at 60 miles an hour, do you think he shouldn't get a ticket because he's a resident?
Well, that's very different than
No,
going,
it's not. It's a rule.
less than 10 miles per hour for a
You're
stop.
breaking the law, and if you're a resident or a non-resident.
I would also like to say it's extremely sad to see the way that you all are reacting to the opposition, although we all live here as well. So that's very sad.
Well,
I
we're
would just
here
like to
every
say
month,
that.
man.
Well, you have the opportunity. You got the opportunity to live here, or you can leave if you want to. If you don't like the way this government's running, you can move somewhere else.
If it were
No,
that,
that's why I'm
amount
at
of
this
people.
meeting, because
I mean, we get to, like I
Or
said,
you can run. Hey, why don't you run for
I
office?
would love to,
There
and
you
that
go.
could definitely be in the future.
You should.
Thank you.
But yeah, do we get a little offensive about it? I do, or defensive, because.
Y'all have been defensive the whole time.
No, yeah, on this thing,
I
this is, and because you run a stop sign, you're never gonna get any sympathy from me. I've never heard anybody in here complaining that they got a ticket because no place we
Because they've
ever.
never been pulled over before.
Right.
But wrong is
That's
wrong.
right,
Were you
exactly.
wrong? Were you
Does that
wrong
mean
that you
they're
did
good?
it? Did you do something? Did you break the law?
Please stop talking to me. You're extremely condescending.
Did you break the law? That's what I'm saying. Right is right and wrong is wrong.
Do you stop and you count to 3 at every stop sign?
You know, if I break the law and I get a ticket or I get locked
I
up,
hope you do. I can't wait.
you know, that's fine.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's no defense.
Well, the point is, we can sit here and argue this, and everybody's got an opinion.
Right.
And the people that got tickets are upset, and I understand that. You know, if I was, first of all, I wouldn't have parked there if it says no parking, because I usually follow the law. But the point is, it was all put into effect because we had residents complaining. We tried to, you know, we discussed it, we tried to make people happy by putting the signs up where they wouldn't park in, so that those people wouldn't be complaining anymore, that had to live there and put up with it. You know, and now the people that are doing it, they complain because we got the signs up, you know. It's, right now it's the law, and whether we revisit it, you know, we can. Yes.
I just wanted to say, I think the priority probably, I think it's, we all have a different viewpoint, but I think being respectful to one another is probably the best way to go, and being decent to one another. Having the police be decent when they stop people for whatever it is they're stopping people, I think that's important. So I think the priority really, and I think what I would ask of you all is to potentially, if we're paying the police, then we could potentially pay them for the time period that we find to be a priority for the neighborhood, to keep the neighborhood safe. And so I think if I were to request, I would say I would think that the nighttime hours, the overnight hours are the most important. Regarding whether they're stopping at 2 a.m. because somebody didn't stop at a stop sign, or because someone's breaking into someone's vehicle, that to me is the primary concern for all of our residents. Because when we're sleeping, we want to be safe, and we want to know the things that we work for are safe. So I think that would be the priority. So we would want our money, I would guess, if everyone could tell whatever they think. I think that our priority should be to have policing in that nighttime hours, so that we all can safely sleep and feel comfortable about the things that we work hard for.
Sure.
I agree with you.
But would it surprise you to know that 90% of the burglaries happen during the daytime?
I don't believe
I've
that
heard
first.
that,
According
but
to
in
check the
practice,
stats.
our neighbors have been
4 and 5
burglarized
a.m.
over and over in the evening, and we all have to talk to each other to find out, did you get that on camera? Did you get that on
I'm
camera?
not saying they
So
can't
it's
control
always at
it.
night for us.
Yeah, I'm
And
not-
anyone in our neighborhood, I have never heard of anyone be burglarized in the daytime
The
hours.
second point is that the LMPD, if they were our police, you wouldn't have any. It's only because of your tax dollars that we're able to hire people to do this, and that's because they're 300, whatever short. You call them now in a burglary, and I think I remember somebody saying a couple months ago, they didn't even show up. They never came to take a report. So we're doing the best we can, and I agree, if we can get them to patrol at night and keep, you know, if that's a problem
That's all I'm
area.
asking, like,
We get as much night patrol as we can.
Yeah, that would
It
be-
should, I mean, because we agree, you know, that is when, but, you know, our kind of heads are kind of tied to what hours they have available too. But we do get as many nighttime hours as we can, and I'll talk to Joe to see if he can, you know, get more. I don't know, he's the one that handles that, and he's not here tonight, but,
Thank you.
yeah, I mean, I
You know,
understand.
like I come to every meeting and Joe's not here tonight, but he works directly with the police we contract out to. And he has a very regimented schedule and he adjusts it for winter time and for summertime based off of kids being out of school and like how trends happen. And so he is very like cognizant of that. He's not here to speak for himself tonight. So I just want to make sure that you guys do know there is a person that focuses on that and he is very thoughtful about it. And I'm sure he'd be welcome to hear people's opinions.
And this new security company that we're using, because, you know, people were complaining and we were getting frustrated because the money we were paying for police protection and really seeing no results, no tickets, no, you know. it was kind of like a joke, you know, you can run red lights, you can speed. And so these guys have come in and they're giving tickets. And they're just kind of showing people, you know, that they're doing their job for what they're getting paid for. You know, they're not just parking somewhere and reading a book or looking on their computer, they're actually working. And, you know, so now we got complaints because they weren't doing anything, now we're getting complaints because they're doing something, you know.
I don't think it's that simple. I think that you're getting complaints because it's the aggressive nature of how they're behaving. It sounds like that.
I don't know anything about that. Are you saying he was rude?
I would think that would be something that we would bring up to them.
Not talk with me, only like someone see.
And we love that we have a name.
Yeah, so I want you to see.
Cameras, don't they?
And not
Lastly for me, so I'm not misinterpreted, I want you all to know how happy I am to see so many people here taking an interest. Whether it's, you know, for or against, whatever, because I think that's part of my defensiveness is that all these years, and I've been here probably 25 years, the commission makes these rules and does these things on their own because usually we have about 5 regular people and nobody's here to make suggestions. That's all legitimate, part of the democracy. I love it. Thank you.
Well, you see a lot more people because the issue I think we see is people leave tickets for you park for 10 minutes to pick up.
Yeah, right, sure.
That feels like a big.
But come every month. Come every month.
Yeah, we'll buy more chairs.
No, we've never seen anybody.
More chairs. And like I'm saying, like I don't even drive a car there. I'm just there every day. I see it every day.
You know, I mean,
people are upset they come to meetings, but we love to see them all the time.
I get your all talking about picking up the kids and wanting to park up there because that's the easy way. And again, I do sit in the line for an hour and a half waiting for my grandkids. But so it's not fun, but I do it, you know.
Question. I don't have a dog in the parking fight either. But I'm just wondering with some of the concerns I'm hearing, can we FOIA request their body cam, dash cam footage?
Who?
Our security.
They don't have body cams.
Don't they?
They do.
Yeah, they do. If they do, then it's because they're LMPD police officers also.
So it would be a general LMPD FOIA request?
Yeah, if you're talking about the complaint over here, then I think, do you know the name? Do you know anything we could trace this person that was rude to you?
The date, time, maybe, who yelled at you?
Or what, it might have been the same officer the same day.
The officers speak Spanish and English too, because he made rules with me in Spanish and English. I don't know.
We'll take that complaint to Joe and he can take it to the police.
I make the complaint to police because I think he needs to talk with me because I live in this neighborhood many years and park. No, it's not really park. It's stay there for 5 or less minutes because I need to walk for my baby is a little for close the street lonely, so I coming for my baby, but it's possible for me walk from my house, but sometimes it's raining, sometimes it's snow, it's too cold, my baby don't like to walk, so it's more easy and less time for coming in my car.
Oh, I understand all that, but I'm trying to pinpoint who this police officer is so we can give the name.
When did it happen, ma'am?
I make the complaint in the police.
You did do it?
I make,
Okay.
yeah.
So my question is, can we get with Joe, is that his name?
Yeah, Joe.
And
have to
find
ask-
out
yeah, I don't-
what the process might be, where we would begin if we needed a FOIA request.
Yeah.
Does that come through town hall? Does it go straight to Sheepdog? Does it go to LMPD?
I think it would go
And just
straight to Joe.
clarification.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Or
We'll have to talk to Joe about that. He's the one that deals with police and like I said, they're brand new. And they may be coming in, you know, not to their defense because there's no reason to be rude to people. But they may be coming in strong, just, I don't know, because they're new, trying to prove a point. I don't know,
if there
scare
are
people.
complaints, I just wanted people to know the process for a FOIA request.
Yeah, I do not know that.
And just an idea, instead of something I was thinking, maybe for the people that live in the neighborhood and that need to park there, could we issue them like a parking ticket or something, or a pass, and they're okay to park there for like 10 minutes, because that's even 10 minutes. That way the police know that they live in the neighborhood.
You
Yeah.
can change the sign to say Hollow Creek residents only for this period of time, and then give the people, like, they could, like, register for a parking tag or pass or something.
I personally don't see a policy that encourages people to not go through the school to pick up their kids if that's what
Sure,
they're
if
doing.
you live less than a mile away, they encourage you to be a walker, is what they call it.
Oh, I understand.
At every elementary school.
But you're not a walker if you're parking and waiting for your kid.
I think that they will probably talk about it, but it takes at least 3 readings to change any law, so it's gonna be at least 3 to 4 months before even a change can be considered, so y'all should be prepared for that.
Well, I mean, it's something we'd have to discuss, and I don't know what they would do as far as the residents, but, you know, we can't have, you know, we can't change laws for 2 or 3 people that decide they want to park there against the complaints we're getting from residents that are complaining about it. It's like a handful of people both sides, so, you know, we'd have to,
I mean, is
we'd
there
have
a
to
way
get much
for-
more
for
input
that to
than
be
that.
brought to like a neighborhood vote? You know what I'm saying? Like, cause,
Oh,
cause I think
the vote's right here.
It's like,
You can't do a neighborhood
the
vote.
3 squeaky wheels that live near the signs that are complaining, right, versus, you know.
The reason that doesn't work is that you democratically elected commissioners to make the decisions for you all as residents.
They vote, yeah.
So if you took a vote that overruled them, you might have thrown them out of office, but you can't change the law by doing it that way. We're glad to take another look at it. I mean, I don't think.
Yeah, I think that's all anybody's asking here, right? And to her point, you know, we appreciate you guys getting folks in here who are going to patrol and be more aggressive, right? But we wanted a little less focused on, you know,
School
the
parking
people
and-
picking up their kids versus, you know, the crime.
The crime.
Yeah, obviously I know when you put the two together, the crime's a lot more serious, but, you know, I mean, again, we do get complaints, we're getting complaints, and that's why they're doing it,
Well, I'm
so.
complaining that people are breaking into the cars at night.
And I'm
Again,
probably beating a dead horse here, but just to piggyback off that, I could have sworn that the mayor had told me previously that there was a chance that we could get that insurance back towards Firstborn where those freaking apartments were built, because that's when all of this has escalated. She had told me that there was somebody
I
we
think I
could
remember
contact
talking about it.
to try to get, it's like an emergency kind of like closure there, to where like if a fire department or an ambulance did have to come through, they could get through that. So she made it seem like it was a possibility, but we would have to get a lot of people behind it to try to request this.
I don't think she
And
likes that.
I will knock on every door in this neighborhood to get that. I mean, I live right there. And I mean, I use it, but I would gladly not use it to get that close.
She hadn't really put me on that issue, but I know this, that when you close a road, there's a lot of hoops that you have to jump
We
through,
try-
that
yeah.
metro
They try to
rule.
keep it.
Not saying it can't be done, but to close a public road,
Yeah.
you really gotta have things in order.
Yeah, once they've opened it.
But she has talked about that, and we'll see what she says.
We had talked about that years ago, trying to get it closed off, and we couldn't at the time. And I don't know how things have changed, or if they changed, but, you know, I know there's a lot more speeding, a lot more since that cut through's been open. But
Yeah, I mean, we live right there, and, you know, we had our neighbor's car stolen.
Yeah, I mean, our cars get through, you know, we almost get ran over walking our dog at night because it's a drag race down that street.
yeah,
I
Well-
mean, they don't, I mean, it's.
That's why we wanna ticket those people.
That's fine, I'm all for this, and, I just wanna make sure that it's also being done during the time where it seems to be the most dangerous and the highest crime.
Fair enough.
I'd like to change the subject just for a quick clarifying question regarding the bill payment list from September.
the what?
Bill
Bill
pays.
payment list from September. There were 2 replacements for missing checks. I'd like to clarify how they were missing?
USPS.
Okay, so
They
they were,
disappeared in the post office system, so we had to stop payment on them and reissue checks.
okay, ran into that myself several months ago. Thank you.
No problem. You're gonna see some next month too, because I had to write one today.
Okay, thank you. And who is Manel? Is that the landscape?
Manel.
Manel.
Yes.
Thank you.
Anything else?
So will the parking issue be reviewed?
Yes.
Making sure.
They have to review it for someone's meetings.
Then they'll make a vote, and you have to like vote for it.
Well, if nobody has anything else to discuss, or I will make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right.
Thank you.
Thank you all for coming, and it would be wonderful to see you all in a month.